It's me, Sony. Welcome to my recreation of the newly redesigned Peach's Castle interior from the Mario Bros. Movie. This has taken me just under a week and a half to create, but I'll provide you more details in VR after this intro. So stick around. Thank you. Well, here we are in Peach's Castle. Yeah, wonderful. So here we are. Yeah, I'm in VR. If you're wondering, yeah, I've got an external camera. I can actually move the camera out. I can move it in. I can rotate it around. This is my personal VR setup. And yeah, because if I am going to build an interior, the reason I'm going to do that is to actually experience it in VR. So what I've been doing recently, I've been working quite heavily on 360 Chicken. That's a game that I'm making, by the way, for anyone who's new to this channel. I'm a game developer in general. I also do VR work, as you can see here, and a little bit of physics-based work as well. Whoop, sorry, camera got pulled in there. But yeah, I can actually touch things physically in this game world. But yeah, so I've been working on my project for quite some time now, and I wanted to take a break from that project. So I took a break by building something that I saw on some movie trailers. Yeah, so this is based entirely on the Mario Bros. Movie's trailers and the promotional material, anything that's available. I haven't actually watched the movie yet, which is unexpected. But yeah, I am going to watch the movie, don't worry about it. But right now, I just wanted to have a look in this world in virtual reality. This has taken approximately 100 hours worth of actual work. I recreated every little thing that you see here, literally everything except for those paintings, which are from artworks online. These are not the original ones from the game or anything like that. These are just recreations from artworks online. But everything else you see here is just recreated from the details that I can pick up on the in the promotional material. Nothing here has been copied from anything, really, literally nothing. Every single thing you see here is completely custom built, which is brilliant, which is fun. Let's have a look at some of the details that I kind of picked up and tried to replicate in my build here. So we'll switch over to my camera. There we go. You can see from the camera that you were looking from just then, and we'll just drop that on the floor. There we go, wonderful. There's a little bit of some grab problems with this object. I need to sort out the grab handles, but yeah, there we go. There we go, wonderful. Let's just put this on the side here. We'll just toss it over to the side there. Don't worry, we can always bring it straight back like that. But for now, get over there. And you'll immediately notice something that I've added here. Because I have physics, of course I can't help myself. I may as well just add some physics to the world as well. So these chandeliers, which are, I think I just hit the, yep, I hit the ceiling light. Sorry, hold on, let me just, before I get shocked. There we go. That's weird. I just reached for a lamp, and in the real world, I hit a lamp. Wonderful. There we go. Only instead of swinging this the gem, I swung the actual light in my room. But there we go. That's wonderful. Yeah, let's have a look at some of the details. First off, the floor. This was actually very, very useful because the floor actually gave me an understanding. It was the reference point by which I actually scaled the entire thing. So this room is actually scaled exactly according to the actual movie, trailer. Yeah, all of the actual scaling distances between things are aligned based on the checkerboard. Although I did actually make a mistake, and we can have a look at that mistake right now. Whoop. So these pillars I originally thought were in line with the checkerboards, but in actuality each one is spaced 3.5. So this one should actually be here in line with this line here. But beyond that, everything else is pretty much positioned exactly according to the grid, which in actuality is just a checkerboard patterned tiles set. But if you look at the tiles, and I've recreated this myself, but just having a look at the detailing from the actual movie, if we get real close to the ground, you can see that the actual shine on each tile is different. This pink tile has a much more low gloss finish on it. This one is a little bit more shiny. It's a higher gloss shine, and then the actual tiles in between that make up the sort of octagon shapes, even though they're exactly squares, these are much shinier, right? So these are high gloss. And again, I've replicated that pretty much exactly, right? I've tried to do exactly the same thing here. These in the actual movie are much more detailed. They've got actual patterns and all of that shapes and stuff. But I'm running out of time here, so I want to get back to work. I've put 100 hours into this. I think that's enough hours. I recreated the map pretty much exactly, and when I say exactly, I mean at a lower detail quality. You'll see that the actual map tiling here, and you can see this just for a very short moment in the trailer, but there's actually a cutout for the princess to stand here, and that's because the toads are much shorter, right? So this is all accurate to the size of the princess, by the way. So I'm pretty much normal human height, and this is the crazy part, right? So I took one of the parts of the trailer where the princess is standing next to a toad, and I used that to get a reference for a toad size, and then I took the image, the trailer parts where the camera is high up there looking down at all the toads in this area, and I used that to scale to get a scale for the checkerboards, and then I used the checkerboards to measure out everything else. So this is it was a bit ridiculous, right? So I've got some ludicrous process to actually gather the scale of this place, but it's pretty much accurate now, and this is actual real world size. But yeah, there you go. So the toads are very short. They actually step up on these things, which I don't think are scaled right. They need to be a little bit wider, but hey, that's life. And they step up and they get to actually see the map from there, and the princess would stand here, of course, directly here. I did make a mistake with the map because of the camera angle by which I actually got the image. I built it diagonally, and actually this one should be facing exactly here, right? So I'm about 10 degrees off or 20 degrees off or something. The clouds you'll see are moving. I haven't actually done the water shader. I was supposed to do a water shader as well to make this look nice and animated. But the clouds are also physics, of course. So, oh, I love it. And you can grab them, of course. There you go. You can actually look at the clouds and then... I love playing around with the clouds. Boink. There you go. Yeah, so you can actually have a nice look at the details here. I've got some low poly of everything. Obviously, these would be super high res, high poly if I was to do it legit. And there would be nice edging along all of this stuff. But yeah, everything looks pretty nice. You can actually step on the clouds as well. but they're not very heavy, so you just kind of fall down and they get pushed down. But yeah, they're very fun to just knock around. There we go. I tried to recreate the details to some extent. These are supposed to be trees in the actual movie, I think, but this is like, I get a single image of the map. I can't really get a very good image of it. And this area, I just didn't bother detailing it as much because it's much more complicated than the rest of them, right? These are nice and easy to detail by just repeating little pieces. I could have just repeated some rocks or something, but hey, this looks really, really nice, right? I have a much higher res light mapping technique on here than for the rest of the room, so this is nice and detailed in comparison in terms of scale. Yeah, the lamps themselves, they have a nice look to them, so they're actually based on sort of a flower shape, and there's a leaf underneath as well, so these are leaves here, and of course, wonderful. The posts, the banister posts, are a little bit cooler than I thought. Having a nice detailed look at them, I haven't replicated them exactly, but you can see that they are all shaped with mushrooms here, and even the underside. It's really, really nice. Have a look at the actual movie's detailing on these. They look amazing in the movie, and they actually have the eye hole shapes as well in each of these. I just haven't got around to bump mapping it properly, but there we go. Let's have a pop-up over here. Talk a little bit about these clouds. So the windows, each window has a unique cloudscape on it in the real movie. I actually did manage to do that, but didn't do it like custom every single one. I ended up having to do that kind of, and there's pretty much just four repeating images now just scattered around. But my original design was I wrote a shader that adds the cloudscape in a random position for each window, right? And that actually worked perfectly. Unfortunately, when I went into VR, they all just realigned back to like a single position, and every single one was the same. So instead of trying to figure out how to fix that, which is probably an easy fix, I just left it as is. Nice and easy. This painting well, it's not a painting. This stained glass window I recreated from scratch. I redrew by outlining every single one of these panels. The image file for this, because of the resolution, right? Look at how high res it is. Because of the resolution, the image file for this is just under 300 meg, because that's life, right? And you can see I actually duplicated it. I made a nice reflection detail as well, because you know, the actual frames of this thing are gold metal. In the movie, you can only just about see that detail in some of the shots. But there you go. It looks brilliant when you go past it like that. It's really nice. There we go. Very, very nice. The throne, I haven't done a perfect detailing of it, but there we go. It's all right. It looks good enough for this video. In fact, let's switch to camera mode, and then whoop, wait, hold on. Zoom out, please. I am the king. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not a princess though. But there we go. Switch back to me. Drop the camera. You take a seat. You can be the king for now, Mr. Camera. Each of these posters and stuff have a certain detail on them. I did not replicate the exact details that I wanted to. Each one should be pretty unique. Not every single one would be unique, but these posts have different patterns to those posts, which have different patterns to those posts, which have different patterns to those posts. Those posts I haven't even bothered putting a pattern on the gold bit, but hey, that's life, right? In fact, these wall patterns are also unique depending on where they are. So this section here has different ones to this section here, which has different ones to those short ones on the wall there. In my build, they are all the same. I did miss out the tables. I actually forgot about that. I just remembered just now. This is what happens when you're in real world size. But yeah, there we go. There's something really unusual that I noticed as well. because you enter the building from here, right? So ordinarily, you would enter from the main entrance, and then you would be looking at the main staircase, and then you would have those two entrances, and you'd have the star door there. This is Mario 64 we're talking about. You'd have the star door there, and you'd have Princess Peach's secret slide over there, right? So those entrances. They kind of flip this around, and they've got those sections there with the entrance this side instead of behind us, but Peach's window is still there, right? So the stained glass window is there. And if you look at the detailing on the actual frames, on the outside of the building, that is the actual window, right? So that's the window that is also visible outside, which is really cool. But it is flipped around, right? So they've kind of turned it into the throne room. What I don't know, because I don't think I've seen a perfect look at this, but I have a feeling there's doorways here which lead in and then to the sort of outside balcony, right? Because otherwise, how do you get there, right? These details here are pretty much exact. Although I did not put the vases here, or vases, however you pronounce it. Vase of flowers, that's what's supposed to be here. That's the only thing I haven't put in this room, really. But there's no doorways. There's no doorways here to the balcony outside. How do you get there? I don't know. I have a feeling there's doorways on this side. But yeah, there we go. It's a good look at this world. This is just something I really wanted to do. There are some nice sun rays coming in from the windows there. You can see them here. Very nice sun rays coming in from this window. This is where the sunlight's coming in, diagonally here. And are we going slow? I hope not. These are just using particle systems right now. I would love to do an accurate version, but unfortunately I'm working in Unity, by the way, for all of those who are wondering. Yes, this is a Unity build. So for those of you who wonder whether Unity is capable of making anything that isn't terrible, yeah, everything I built is in Unity. If you like any of my VR work now, if you really like this physics-based system, be sure to subscribe to this channel, follow everything I do, because there's some cool stuff going on this channel. And I'll be releasing a game called 360 Chicken very soon. It's a little sort of skateboarding racing game. Pretty fun. But yeah, there we go. You've now had a walkthrough of this building in VR. Let's pop back up here and do a little bit of climbing. not that we can climb everything. I haven't turned this into anything. I would really like to just kind of make this an exit way to somewhere else. But I think in the movie it's just literally a wall here and there's another lamp on it. But I don't know, it's an unusual one. What you can do here, let's hopefully not hit the lamp here. Oh, yay, I made it. There we go. You can stand on this lamp, and now we're pretty much at the highest point you can manage. You can probably climb up here actually. So, and a 1 and a 2. We're up. There's no way that I'm climbing higher than this. But yeah, there we go. Nice. Thanks very much for watching. We'll pop the camera up here and say bye. Actually, I've got one more thing to do. I can kind of zoom you through. Oh no, we'll leave you. No, we'll leave you on this camera, and I can zoom you into the little mini map. So there we go. You can be a nice little mini map now. This is ridiculous. But there you go. Right, I even recreated the monkey, by the way. Sorry about all the bouncing. That's me stepping on things. Yeah, I recreated the monkey. I recreated. I think this is Yoshi Isles, but I'm not really sure. There we go. Anyways, so you drop there. Switch the physics on. Zoom in, and that's that. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Anyone who's new to the channel, yeah, check out the rest of what I do. I've done plenty of stuff, plenty of VR, and I've done a bunch of other Mario things in VR as well. Not strictly allowed to do that. This one is 100% custom. Nothing has been taken from any copyrighted sources. Nothing. Except those paintings are just random images, fan recreations on the internet. Nothing here is made by Nintendo. Nothing. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.